The tradition is back. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Turkey Bowl 2023 between the Manchester Central Little Green and the Manchester Memorial Crusaders. My name is Kyle Heavey from Manchester Public Television. It's a pleasure to be with you on a gorgeous Thanksgiving day, and we're excited for some football. Memorial has won the coin toss, and it will be receiving the ball. Along with me up in this booth is Coach Tom Bazoin and Andrew Arndt. Good morning, gentlemen. It's going to be a great day for football, and welcome back.
Yeah, this is great. Great to have Andrew back from school here and getting out here and seeing his old school play for the last time. And, it's always a great tradition, and it's a beautiful day today. I mean, you can't ask for a better day out there for this.
It is a really nice, 42 degrees, if you can say, for late November. And, Andrew, obviously the ball's falling off the tee, so we got some time to welcome you here as these teams, obviously Central in their home white with the silver helmets, and Memorial will be in the blue jerseys, white
throwback.
pants. Yeah, it's different. The last year, both teams Memorial was all red and Central was all green, and this year they've changed up their colors. This is going to be easier for us in some ways.
Oh, 100%. Last year, especially with the green, it was a little hard, but I really like the throwback jerseys, and then I was down there with Coach earlier. I'm not sure if you can tell from here, but they've actually got the Crusaders spelled out on the helmet in cursive.
I can't zoom
Real
in
nice
that
touch,
much here,
yeah.
but a kickoff has gone to the back of the end zone, so Memorial will get the ball at the 20-yard line. And, Coach, you were able to see both these teams pretty often this year.
Yeah.
And, you can throw all the regular season rankings out of the window. This is about a rivalry, and to be able to say you got the trophy for the rest of the year is a big thing for today.
Absolutely. I mean, the kids look forward to this game, and they don't play each other during the year, which is a big thing now, right? So this is their first matchup of the year, so we'll see what happens.
A handoff up the middle is going to be immediately stuffed, and look at the excitement from the Little Green. They can feel that they want to get this trophy. They won it last year 14-7, and we'll see what we got this year with a big play that goes backwards to start things off for the Crusaders.
Still one of the best football rivalries, and I'm thrilled that I can be back here for it. One game on the season, real glad it could be this one.
Interesting, Andrew Sebastian is at quarterback for Memorial right now, and I haven't seen that, and maybe that's something that they wanted to do in the last game. I know McFarland was moved to the wing a couple times, but that's interesting.
Not up the middle, outside, and able to get some yards here. Nice little fake, a little hit out of bounds, and the flag has been thrown. And obviously, in the first minute of the game, you don't want a 15-yard penalty to move the chains for Crusaders, but it looks like that's possibly what's happened here.
Obvious.
And that's that's Ethan Villagrain, right? So they try to get to the outside. They're gonna dive with Seymour inside, and then try to get Central to come inside, and then get McFarland and Ethan out there. And we've seen that a bunch of times during the year where they kind of got it going, but then they stall. And that's part of the triple option, and that's part of learning the offense. So this is a big play because when we talked about it during the year, you always want to be moving forward when you're running the triple option. You don't want to have second and long.
I watched Pelham last week in the Division II championship game between them and Plymouth, and that triple option worked for 2 touchdowns in last week's game. So
yeah.
We'll see if Memorial has that luck today with running that option, because obviously it was able to get a few yards, but a first down. And now I wasn't sure if it was going to be a false start or encroachment, but neither happened.
The ball was not set yet.
No. That was interesting.
Looking at blitz here, are the Little Green. And finally, a handoff up the middle of the fullback, and he's going to be brought down for about a 2-yard gain there.
And you see Sebastian carrying out the fake after he hands it off, and him being the fastest kid on the field. That's probably the reason why they went to try this for today. When you have a long period of time in between, and I tell you, as a coach, it's very hard to fill in those weeks in between this. So they probably decided, let's go, let's try this kid out. And,
right. If you see him in the backfield too, you know exactly what Central's going to do. They're going to stack whatever side he's on. They're going to get him because they're not going to just let him sit in the backfield by himself. So I feel like that's why they've got him there, because even still he could
and going to be
Take it
wrapped
himself,
up and
but-
brought down. And I got to say, 57 and Kenny Gardner is coming in and has done a great job of clogging those holes and wrapping things up. But
Late flag, though.
another flag thrown laundry day for the referees so far early in this contest.
Yeah, and Kenny played for me over at West his freshman year, or it might have been his sophomore year. Is he listed as a senior now? Curious. Yeah. So probably it was his sophomore year, and I could see some talent in him then. And he's really, from what I've seen, he's had a good season. We got a personal foul on Memorial.
Ooh, that's going to make for a very long second down here, because that was a stop on the play, and now it's going to be about a 2nd and 25.
Wow.
Andrew, you weren't around for the end of the season. You were at school, but Sebastian, he wasn't playing probably the last 3 games. So, he was
really
injured. Yeah, he was injured. So this is probably something that he got healthy, and maybe they took a look. I didn't talk to staff about it, but they're also in tight. So they don't have a guy split. So in their triple during the season, they had a guy split out, and now they're double tight. So interesting.
Well, obviously it's going to have to be quite a play here, a 3rd and 23, backing up and throwing it, and this is going to be knocked down. I thought there was a chance for an interception there, but decided to be smart with the ball, and Owen Taylor Jelinas there to knock that away, and Memorial will punt the ball. A good job by Central here. Memorial only had the ball for 1 minute and 54 seconds in that drive.
Yeah, they had the one positive play with the penalty on the sideline, and that was double covered right there. So great coverage, and Central looks like they're going to have good field position to start.
Yep.
Back at the 47-yard line, so they'll only have 53 yards if this punt goes successfully to where he's standing. But who knows? We had a month to get all fresh and see if the leg. The kind of a false start.
That could go either way.
Encroachment.
Yeah,
I can't.
I have
couldn't
no
tell.
idea.
I mean, I can just tell you that the tackles in the
going backwards.
center did not move.
Yeah, I think the center probably didn't snap the ball. That happens. Yeah, because Central moved, Memorial moved.
And we'll try this again.
That's kind of a thing you need to do. You need to snap the ball.
A 4th and 28 now.
Here we go.
Ball snapped, and away it goes. A kind of a side over side, takes a Memorial bounce. It's going to be good. Oh, no. He's going to fumble it, and he's going to recover it. Wow, that would have been a complete mistake right there, but able to recover it. And Central Little Green will get the ball at the 50-yard line. As Coach Bezoin said, a good field position.
Man, I feel bad for Adam Gilden. He could taste that. He was maybe an extra foot away from taking that to the house, because that would have bounced right in his hands, and he was the last man back there. But Central can be thanking their lucky stars right now for that one.
I can see what he was trying to do. He would have gotten, he had a running start to get that ball. It took a good bounce, but cold footballs, Coach, obviously are a huge difference in from what you start the season practicing with to where we are now. I saw a lot of fumbles. Actually, I've seen a couple championship games this season. I saw the Summersworth versus Newport game, and there was a number of fumbles in that game just because the ball is so different when it's cold.
Right, and Division 4, right? So those are the 2 top teams down there, and you seeing it up close as you went to go see it. The difference is the size of the kids, right?
Absolutely.
So they're all good football players because I've coached in the lower divisions before, but the difference is just the size of the kids. It's still football and it's still coaching the same way, but you're not getting the big monsters like D1 has.
Yeah.
And Central, this is an interesting matchup because Central played in my belief, a tougher conference than Memorial did. So their matchups were tough.
Oh, here we go.
This is actually a play that's going to be whistled dead. It looked like it was going to be a promising thing. Liam King had received that behind the line of scrimmage, but a false start for the Little Green will bring them back 5 yards. So I know they've had a couple weeks to practice for this game, but it seems like maybe some early morning jitters here have caused both teams to have crucial penalties.
And Kyle, those weeks seem like 5 months. I can tell you, it's a long time, and so you got to kind of keep it fresh and maybe add some new stuff in there to keep the kids' interest. keep it fun, you know.
I always thought that was a difficult thing. I mean, you got the championship Division 1 game on Saturday down at Bill Ball Stadium.
That's going to be
reception
crazy
right
game.
there for the Little Green. That's Ethan Seneska.
Yeah.
Able to receive that. But yes, you got the Londonderry Lancers and the Bedford Bulldogs in a rematch of the championship game last year, won by Bedford.
And Bedford has won. You know, I did the math the other day. I was thinking about it. They made it to 6 championships last year.
Wow.
And they won 4.
Wow.
So everybody is out. Bedford has the biggest target on their back of any school I've ever seen in my lifetime in this state, honestly. They making it to 6 championships. I mean, what is there, 8 main sports? Like, that's absolutely ridiculous.
And it's going to be brought down, so it will be a 4th down for the Little Green. They'll see what they decide to do. That penalty really hurt that drive there.
That was a really, really tough penalty to take in that time, especially because the play looked like, I know it got whistled down, but that play looked really, really promising. He had a lot of space on that sideline.
Yeah, Kyle, your point, you know, with the championship game being played this weekend, you know, that's something that's new, and, you know, normally this game would be the last game on the schedule, right?
Between this
Day.
and then Nashua North and South.
And they're not even playing it anymore. So, you know, and Trinity was in a situation with St. Thomas where they were going to play Thanksgiving, and they don't do it anymore either. So, you know, there's not too many games like this left.
Fantastic punt.
Wow, let's see.
It goes into the end zone.
Wow.
Boy, I agree with you, Andrew. That was a great punt. It just does not take
a lot of airtime.
Central's kicking game, huh? I mean, the kickoff was an easy touchback, which you would look for in high school, and you don't get that much. And this kid booted it. You know, that could have bounced inside the 5. That was a nice punt. You know, you don't. So their special teams are looking good, and keeping Memorial at this end of the field is what they want to do. You know, because Memorial's the type of team they're going to try to grind it out and then try to get McFarland to break a 70-yarder or a 75-yard touchdown.
Well, both teams getting a shot at it, but now basically Memorial has to get things going, and we'll see if we got one in the backfield. See if there's a run up the middle here. That's what we've seen from their few running plays so far. And it was going to be immediately stopped. Little Green are doing a great job of clogging things. And we got something being thrown around on the field here. I'm not sure what that is.
I think that's somebody's tape.
And that was King, I think. Is that number 1?
Yeah, that was
Liam King. Yeah, so he's coming in from the linebacker spot, flying in there. So looks like the central D line is controlling that dive pretty good. So Memorial's going to have to try to get outside a little bit.
Having a defensive line like this is a huge factor in the game.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen it even with watching Pelham. Yeah, their offense is got some 3 fast kids, but their defensive line was very good on Saturday.
Here we go.
And trying to get out to the middle.
They've been very good for a long time, Kyle.
To know they've gone 4 consecutive seasons undefeated.
Yeah. And I'll tell you something about those kids down there. They just want to hit, and they want to play. And, we were at West the first year I was there. We had to put in a single wing, which, we didn't win a lot of games, but we were always able to move the ball against teams, and unless we were playing Pelham. We could not move the ball an inch against them. And, people say, it's the division, but let me tell you something. Those kids play, and they're very, extremely well coached, which is, hard to get these days, too.
Well, here we go with a 3rd and 10 for the Crusaders, trying to get something going early in this contest. 6:20 remaining in this first quarter in a scoreless game here, Turkey Bowl 2023. And we'll see, man in motion. He's going to get the ball and trying to get to the outside, makes it through, get some yards, but he's going to be
doesn't have the blocker out there. No blocker.
Well, that's part of keeping everybody in the
late
box.
Flag, and it's going to be on Central, I think, because they're instigating already.
You got a flag outside?
Yep, that's going to be Central.
I did not see one. You see one?
Yep.
Their
Throwing
referees
right at
are
about the
talking
30.
right now, and we'll see what the official
It's going to be
call is.
unsportsmanlike Central. They're instigating. They're taunting somebody. I couldn't tell exactly who it was.
Referee's making his way to show the call
Personal
against
foul.
Memorial.
Whoa, what?
So
wow, that's surprising.
That's going
I
to
thought for sure, just based on
They've had a
what I
bunch.
saw, that it was Central.
They've had a bunch in.
Wow.
They've had a bunch during the season, and I don't know if it's end of the play things or what, but they've had a bunch of every game that I've done, it's 2 or 3 personal fouls. So I don't know if they just not disciplined enough to stop at the end of the play. Sometimes it's tough, you know.
Well, that's
You know,
half a distance to the goal, so the punt will be from the 12-yard line here, and punting from his own end zone. This has got to be a good kick right here. Oh, almost blocked. Kind of run into. See, it takes a bounce, and Little Green will get the ball at
Little bit of a
about the
helpful bounce,
33-yard
but-
line. And we got some action going on here behind the play. Referees chatting with a Little Green player as little pushing each other
Well, you
way
know,
outside of the play.
I gotta say, the Little Green player is right. I mean, that block is way away from the play.
Yeah.
And that's a point of emphasis for the officials. You know, you can't be blocking that far away from the play. That had nothing to do with what was going on, and the kid was still shoving him in the end zone 40 yards away from the play. So, you know, it had no effect on the outcome of the play, though. So the ref just let it go.
Well, this obviously is great field position for the Little Green. A man in motion here. He gets the ball, trying to get to the outside. Memorial doing a good job stopping him. He's able to get a little bit of push, but it could have been a bigger loss. And Memorial obviously is bringing some pressure now on the defensive side of things.
Yeah, so far I like the under in this game.
Well, we were talking before the game. I figured there was going to be a lot of running plays, and so far that's been the case, as we've only seen one pass thrown by Memorial so far.
Yeah, I mean it's a running game now because the offensive lines for these teams just they didn't get replaced like last year. I mean, Memorial had Mene, Adam, Johannet, all those guys. Central had Wong and a bunch of other guys I can't think of right now, but their lines I'm noticing are a lot smaller. They don't have any
Pass
really
play here,
huge guys anymore.
incomplete. Attempted to get it to Owen Taylor Gelinas there, but incomplete. So it's going to be a 3rd and long for the Little Green now, who again have had great field position to get the ball each time, but just have not been able to get through the Crusader defense.
Yeah, they're going to get a first down and try to get it further down because, you know, you're not I don't think you're in a punting situation there, so I think you're in 4 down territory. So maybe just try to get some chunk off and make it 4th and manageable.
Yeah, just move anyway.
Well, looks like we're going to get a shotgun formation here with 5 wide. So obviously you could still QB sneak it, but I'm expecting a pass play here, guys.
Yeah, for
I'm
sure.
thinking Seneska.
Yeah.
No.
It goes to down, and he's going to be wrapped
Big
up and
stop.
brought down. Catch was to Liam King, but he went nowhere fast, and the Crusaders are looking to get the ball for the 3rd time. But special teams obviously has got to make a big play here to try to stop the ball from getting into the end zone.
Yeah, I mean, the Memorial is rallying to the football. So defensively, they come to play for sure. You know, offensively, they need some work. And all the central pass plays have been real conservative, you know, right around the line of scrimmage. They haven't really tried to go down the field at all. So maybe he's trying to open something up for later. Let's see if this punter can jam it down there again.
Punting from inside his own area here, own zone, and has plenty of time up in the air, and this is going to go out of bounds. So didn't put them too deep into their own
You know what? Not bad,
side of
though.
the field, but, you know,
No return.
11-yard.
I would take that.
I mean, we might have to start worrying about safeties
Yeah.
from the way this game's going. Obviously, they're
going the wrong way. Memorial needs a big play. One big play might open up the inside for them, and maybe that's Sebastian keeping it, you know, on the triple option and trying to get to the outside. I don't know, but they definitely need a play because nothing's going on inside for them right now.
Let McFarland air it out to somebody like Vilgrain or Colin Bolio on the outside.
That would be good if he was playing quarterback, but he's not. So
It's an interesting move, but
Yeah.
we'll see how it works out for the rest of this game because I haven't seen any other game really this year. But it is interesting that he's not
Quick
playing
run up the
quarterback.
middle, and this will go
Here
for
we
a
go.
first down and more, and finally brought down at the 25, but that's a good run for 15 yards.
Yeah, a little different look there. They ran a trap play with the guard to the left, and rather than the regular triple, putting it in the thing. So that worked pretty good. So maybe they'll go back to that. Or you saw McFarland in motion there, right? So they'll fake it to him and then toss it to McFarland.
Yeah,
so.
that was just Eric Seymour running with his head down, get out of my way.
Yeah, he's a tough kid. I'm glad to see him.
Not hurt for.
He really ran hard this year.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he got a lot of carries and.
Well, here we go with another 1st and 10 here for the Crusaders. Gets the ball, and he's going to be stopped immediately. A sea of white just on top of him, and Little Green have.
And that's that's inexperience by Sebastian, the quarterback, because you're trying to read the play, right? So you can give it right there, or you can pull it and toss it, or you can keep it, and that certainly wasn't a give because Central was on Seymour right away. So he should have pulled that out and either tossed it to McFarland or kept it himself. But that's growing pains with it,
Well, loss of 0 on that play. Actually, I thought he made it back to the line of scrimmage. And now up the middle again, able to gain some yards. And a flag has been thrown. So we'll see if that's a face mask, a holding call.
Yeah,
we'll see what it is.
That's going to be a hold. That's the umpire inside. So.
Yep.
The flag was thrown towards the Crusader side, and they are backing up immediately right now. So they obviously know that someone's guilty.
Yeah, unfortunately, because that's the second time they tried that left side, and Central's right side and Memorial's left side, and they had some success both times. Well, I know why they had success this time though, because they held, but.
Yeah, umpire did not miss that one. That was pretty obvious. I saw that one up here myself. I was just going to see if he didn't notice, but he threw that flag immediately.
Now you're 2nd and long, and that's what's tough in this offense. You get nobody split out. You got everybody in the box.
It's going to be a long run to get it back to the line. Never mind, first down.
2nd and 19 here. Run up the middle, is able to get some crucial yards, guys. So it will be a 3rd and still about 12, I would say.
Yeah, nice run there, and that was off the right side. So, what he got? He got 10.
No,
right back to the line.
Yeah, so that's good. You got the penalty yards back, and now you're 3rd and 9. It's not really manageable in this offense, but it'll help a little bit.
Now, Coach, I mean, obviously, this is their last time playing for a lot of the seniors, but as a coach, do you let a lot of your juniors kind of play?
Yeah, it's a tough balance, right, Kyle? You want to see what you got for next year with those kids, but at the same time, the seniors have done so much for your program that you want to give them the shine on a day like today. So you might try some things during the game with some younger guys, but for the most part, to me, it was always about the seniors on a day like today.
A delay of game call penalty was called on that as Crusaders did not get the ball hiked in time.
I saw Central jump.
Yeah.
I saw him jump, but obviously neither ref that was right in front of the play saw it. So I thought I saw him jump, but
it could have been after the delay,
3rd and 14 from the 23-yard line. A lot of long 3rd downs here for the Crusaders. Oh, it's going to be a pass play, and getting the ball out there.
He
got it.
He reeled it in. I couldn't even tell.
Yeah, he got it.
Great job right there by the Crusaders, able to finally get into the Little Green territory, and you can see the excitement as that was a heck of a catch that I don't know if he used the sun to his advantage or what, but he was able to come down with it.
He was double covered between two Central guys, and it was kind of just throw it up and let Ethan make a play. And
There's nobody on this Memorial roster that wants to win this game more than Ethan Vilgren. I'll tell you that right now.
Well, here we go. 1st and 10 from the 47, and a run up
Here
the
we
middle.
go.
This is another 1st down, and look at the Crusaders. They've gotten something going, and Coach offensive coordinator Jordan D'Onofrio throwing in some good plays right here to get a quality drive for the Crusaders.
Well, sometimes you need a big play to open up that inside, and they're going to keep banging. That was a 10-yard run, so it was a first down. So now
3 first downs on
yeah,
this
so
drive.
Seymour's kind of ranking up the yards now. Where the first couple series he didn't get much, but now he's banging out some yards.
Just needs some confidence. I mean, you gotta. It's like.
Oh, but he got quickly wrapped up here. Oh, he still was able to keep the pile going, and 2 yards doesn't sound like much, but it worked pretty well. And gentlemen, that might be the last play of the first quarter, as the time will tick away. And
that was quick.
A very quick,
yeah,
very quick first quarter here from Gill Stadium, and it's tied at 0. It's going to be a 2nd and 7 after this. And Thanksgiving, I've gotten a text from a tradition saying that perfect timing.
Oh.
All right, sorry for the technical difficulties. As I was saying, a Thanksgiving tradition here to be back up in the booth, and we've seen Central win it for the past 5 years. We've seen them beat up on the West Blue Knights back in 2018 in one of the most crazy weather conditions I've ever seen in my life. And Coach, you were there on the field for that, and thankfully, a nice sunny day like this really makes it a huge difference in the excitement.
Yeah, part of my body is still frozen from that game, so it was bad. I mean, it had snowed that week. So we had snowbanks all around the field, and the game got moved to Wednesday night because of the forecast for Thanksgiving Day. And then right before the game, just for you, Kyle, we got a nice snow squall, and you couldn't see a thing.
I remember sitting in Baked, getting some food before the game, and just watching Elm Street like, oh my goodness, I can't believe this is happening right now. And obviously we had great weather last year as well, when obviously a similar game as last year so far with a low scoring contest. And right now the Crusaders will now be going left to right across your screen in their blue jerseys. A Little Green trying to stop them, and a big 2nd and 7 here, man in motion, and another run up the middle, and Seymour is chugging away, and this will be a 3rd down, but is able to get some good yards right there.
You see, that's why he's a good back. He's always going forward. He's not afraid to just take that extra yard and kind of get right there. He had a little spin at the end, and that got him an extra yard. That can be big on a whole series if you add those little yards up.
Yeah, I said this a lot last year. He's big on the second chance yards. After that initial stop, getting some yards after the initial stop. That's what he does best.
I gotta say, the linebackers of Little Green are definitely causing a little bit of craziness, I guess, and trying to get around. It is not going to be, and it's going to be a 4th down, a big tackle right there, and you can see him shaking his head, very excited to be able to stop that. And that is, again, Kenny Gardner stopping that drive.
Kenny's been big so far, and they got an injury out there, I think.
He's all over the place.
Yeah, they got an injured Central guy.
Medical crew on their way to check things out, and it's one thing you got to remember is this is for a trophy, and really to say that you're the kings of the city for this one day, but you also want to go and enjoy Thanksgiving and not a trip to the hospital.
Right, yeah. That's tough. I had it happen a couple times in the couple years that we played in it. And it's not fun for the kid, especially if you're a senior. You want to go out with your teammates. So if you get banged up, it's rough. Hopefully the kid's okay and get back in there.
I mean, I've had a trip to the hospital on Easter before, but that was thankfully it wasn't too busy. I can tell you that, guys. It was taken care of very quickly. But as the medical staff is checking on him, it's again 4th and 3 here from the 30-yard line, and I guess you go for it at this point.
I think they're gonna try to draw him off. I feel like that'll be the plan. They'll try to draw him off early in the play clock, and then they'll just figure something out.
Well, Coach Ryan Ray talks to his team about making sure to watch the ball, don't jump off sides, because it's going to be some sort of silent count or, audible, all different things to try to get the little green player to jump off. But
Yeah, he says that now, and then one guy that does it is not going to be.
Yeah, you can be yelling it out during the play, and it still happens. But, hopefully this kid's okay because they're spending some time with him down there. Back to this game, Kyle, I don't know that there's another Thanksgiving Day game in the state anymore. I know the national one is not being played anymore.
Which is a shame. It was always a fun thing right there.
I kind of don't understand it, but as a coach, sometimes it's a lot. You have that 3.5 to 4 weeks in between where Massachusetts' schedule
is unbelievable.
It's kind of part of their season, right? So you're still playing. Now Division I teams, they kind of bailed out of them because of the way the schedule has gone. So if you go deep in the playoffs, you're playing right now, right? So this Saturday is a championship game. So there were teams that got knocked out just last week. So, but if you don't make the playoffs like these two teams, then you have 3.5 to 4 weeks to get prepared. And these days, it's tough to keep the kids focused that long, and this kid's being helped off. It looks like a leg injury.
Yeah, it's not looking good at all.
Oh, man.
I appreciate the
Leighton
Crusaders
Sargent
coming out to give their help here, but that's a big loss right there. Leighton Sargent, a junior, and he cannot put any pressure on that leg.
No, he can't move that leg at all.
Yeah.
Maybe a knee even.
Looks like he's got some kind of a brace on that leg already.
Oh, boy.
So, he could have had a previous injury that just kind of popped up, and hopefully it's nothing major
he
for the kid.
cannot. That leg is just not moving at all.
Yeah, well, we got 4th down, right? They're punting.
They are punting.
Wow.
Surprising.
Okay.
Wow.
So, maybe they'll try to get him to jump on the punt. And then, that it's not a terrible idea, but you're at the 30. So if you don't get it, you're still at the 30. So I don't know.
Well, it looks like there's no one in the backfield here. Now there's someone. Okay, I thought he was going to be blitzing in to try to block it, but now waiting for the snap, see if there's any. Oh, it's a fake, and he fumbles it. Oh, I saw him. First off, I saw a Crusader jump early.
Somebody moved, so they didn't get that. And the snap kind of got a little delayed there. It was supposed to be a snap to the up guy. And I don't think that even if the snap went off, Central was onto it. So they were ready. So I don't think it would have But not a terrible call there,
But as a coach, you got to be frustrated. That probably works like bread and butter.
Because you can only try it once a game. So, that was it. And, you tried it in practice, and you're having fun with it, and you go out there, and it gets screwed up a little bit. It happens.
Well, now the Little Green get the ball for their 3rd time with 10:49 remaining in this second quarter and see if they can get a drive going. They've gone, pretty much 3 and out each time they've had the ball as well.
Nothing doing there.
Even Salvi tried to come in and make a block, and he just got pushed backwards.
Yeah. And Salvi's got an arm. They haven't tried to go downfield yet. They've been extremely conservative with their play call so far, and maybe that's part of their game plan to try to chip away and then get one deep later. But
expect the unexpected type thing.
Like what Memorial did. I mean, they ran the ball every single play almost for the entire first quarter, and then they went with a big shot down the field.
Not for the entire first quarter, Andrew, for the entire year.
Yeah.
And
they may have
big
thrown
run
it.
Right here for the Little Green, brought out of bounds, and it
look
will
out.
be brought down. There, the flags are thrown, and there's.
I don't think there was anything malicious there. I think he was just following through with the tackle.
Yeah.
Too far out of bounds, though. He's got to realize where he is. But
I was worried about him hitting the bench.
Yeah.
Trevor Wong with a good run right there. And a lot of excitement as now the Little Green go into the Memorial side of the field.
And that was Bolio on the tackle. And, it was a good tackle, but, you got to know where you are on the field, and he kind of just followed through. It wasn't anything where he slammed the kid down or was malicious about it. So
And it's always
it's still a penalty, though.
very difficult thing is you don't
know?
even have your own you can't stop your own momentum
Right.
to the ground. Never mind now
Yeah.
you're holding on to someone, and I mean
It's one of those ones. It's hard to get mad at the kid as a coach because he's trying. He's coming up hard. It's not like it was a stupid, ill-advised play. But
it wasn't
it just happens.
malicious hit out of bounds.
No.
It was just I
But
can't,
it's big for
No, he
Central,
just couldn't
right?
stop himself.
Gets them on that side of the field, and now they get kind of a little bit of momentum, anyways, to see if they can get a decent play and a decent drive going because they've been second and long every time too. They haven't really got anything on first down yet.
Well, now here we are with a 1st and 10 from the 42-yard line, and a shotgun snap, run. It's going to be brought down. A big tackle right there by 41.
Yeah, who is that? That's an excellent play.
I
I don't have a 41, so I'm missing a 41. So whoever that was.
Well, it's a tradition here.
Josiah Almonte. I've got him on my magnifying glass roster over here.
See, the young guy comes through in the clutch. He can see.
Andrew forgot to bring his binoculars for this roster, but it's okay.
He's still got young guy eyes, so it's good. I'm over here with 3 different pairs of glasses trying to see this stuff.
And
And that was a freshman that made that play, by the way.
Excellent. That's good. That's good news for them.
a lot of hope and excitement to see what he can build for the next couple of years. And now a 2nd and 11, a loss of 1 on that last play. And taking the ball, finding a hole, and he's going to be brought down, but a gain of 2 yards. And Memorial doing a good job. And do we lose a shoe?
I don't know. There was something down there. But still conservative.
Oh, it's his hand warmers thing. Okay.
Still conservative by Central. I mean, that's a quarterback run right off. That's quarterback power. That's all that is. And they haven't really opened up the playbook too much yet.
Well, the clock's still running here. Under 9 minutes to go. Ball at the 39-yard line. And it's going to be a 3rd and 7 here. So let's see if Little Green decide to air it out on this play.
I have a weird feeling they're going to. I don't know why, but I feel like if they're going to air it out sometime in this game, this is going to be the spot.
Well, they got 3 to the near side, 2 to the far side. And a timeout is called, and Coach Ray just is.
He didn't like it. So Memorial had it covered pretty well. So, Memorial Central's been pretty conservative. They've even punted down close down here twice, right? Try to pin them down there. So, I don't think they're going to do anything too crazy. They're going to try to, get a pass and run for the first down, pass the ball close to the line of scrimmage and try to run for the first down. And then if not, they might even punt it again. They've been playing good defense, so.
Well, we'll see. Kenny Gardner coming out there on the offensive side of things as well here. So watch out if he gets the ball.
I mean, somebody's got to replace Sargent out there. So, I mean, he's had a good game on defense. Why not throw him out there for offense, too?
Yeah, Sargent is right here on the bench still being looked at by the trainer. So
Yeah, this does not look good.
Yeah, he looks like he had a previous injury, so hopefully he'll be all right. He's a junior, so it's not his
I've
last
got a
game.
feeling he'd be out of this game for anyway, no matter what the injury is, just precautionary-wise.
well, as Little Green get lined up, Crusaders quickly back on the field trying to stop them on this 3rd down. 8:25 to go.
Big spot here, though. Oh,
Man,
wow.
this is-
Hold on.
That's a center not snapping the ball. So.
Oh, boy. Oh, this is going to make
Yep.
a penalty on the Little Green.
False start.
And not what Coach Ray wanted after that timeout.
Yeah, he called a timeout.
I don't think that's what he told
call.
him.
Yeah, let's get a procedure call. I don't think
Yeah.
that's what he said. No.
Oh, so, again, another drive that we've seen possibly
they're 5
derailed
wide.
by a penalty.
No backs, 5 wide here.
Reading the defense here. Let's see what Salvi can do here. Oh, it's
Intercepted. Jose Soto.
to the 50-yard line.
That was
and
a forced interception.
And look at the excitement on the central side of the field. And he lost his mouth guard and has to now get away. The excitement level. Oh, He's saying a few choice words about, we want this trophy.
Hey, this is a rivalry. I mean, they don't play each other during the season, which I, by the way, think is the worst decision ever. But they don't play each other during the season. This game still means a lot. I mean, you guys have all been to Central Memorial games. I mean, every game is it could be a preseason no matter game. They're still going to play their hearts out. So they want it.
Yeah, well, even the soccer games this year were pretty impressive.
Everything.
They played each other in the first round of the playoffs, and it came down to a shootout at the end, and penalty called.
McFarland back in the pocket.
Yeah, he's back in the quarterback, which they did during the year. Now, as far as going back to these two teams playing, it's an NHIA thing, and it's a conference thing. So they move the conferences around a lot now, and it's very difficult to say whether it's good or bad. If you ask the coaches, they like it. They like not playing each other during the year, and then because then there's more focus on this game, right?
Yeah, that's fair.
So I talked to Rob about it, and he likes it. And they're in the East, so they're playing the Seacoast teams, and Central is playing the Pinkertons and the Londonderrys, and so Central's in a tough conference. So I've always been, the football committee and the NHIA. They tend to look at the upper echelon teams and try to move things around the way they like it, and that's why Manchester has struggled a little bit. I think football will be back in Manchester. I think the right people are in the right places now, and I'm going to do everything in my power behind the scenes to make that happen, because I want to see football succeed, and it doesn't matter if it's Central, Memorial, or West.
Right.
I'm not throwing Trinity in there because.
Well, they're the not, D3 winners this year.
Yeah, but I don't consider them a Manchester team, and people can if they want, but it's different when you're a Catholic school,
Well, here we go. A timeout was called, and McFarland, trying to run it, is able to get a couple hard yards, but it'll be a 2nd and about 7 after that run.
And they're going to try to get him the ball now because he hasn't really got in the open field at all. I don't even think they tried pitching it to him yet. So maybe the first play of the game. No, that was Villagran, right?
Yeah, it was Villagran. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he got hit late out of bounds, and that was their first down. But they need the experience there. That's what it comes down to. He knows how to run the ball out of the pocket. He did it all last year. I don't know about this year, but he did it a lot last year. So.
Well, last year they weren't running the triple option, so it's a lot different.
Yeah, that's true.
It's a lot different. It's more about reading and being that guy. So it's not that he wasn't doing it. It's just I think that as a team they thought that he would be better suited to be in the open field a little bit more because of his speed. I mean, the kid's fast.
He was a receiver, like when Braden Hafman was quarterback here. He was a receiver, so.
Kyle and I did a couple games where early on in the game, he broke 80-yard runs, and they really didn't do much on offense after that.
Right.
But their kickoffs
because then once they figure him out, then they've figured everything out.
Right.
3rd and 3 here. Man in motion, and it looks like he's going to be a lead blocker trying to get to the outside and is unable to, and it will be a 3rd down. Great job on defense by Ethan Seneska to try to get him out of bounds, and now we'll see what Coach Rob Sturgis decides to do on 4th down.
Yeah, they're going to punt. I mean, that's the way the game's going, right?
Yeah.
They're trying to pin each other down deep and play the field position game and then hope for one big play. I think it's a smart move punting here. You're 4th and 3 or 4, and if you weren't punting, then Central's going to be in the box. They already used their fake.
Their fake is already out of the.
I think that's out of the picture right now.
Yes.
Unless they somehow do a different fake.
Yeah, I don't know how many you have in the pocket
I don't know.
High school.
Madden playbook down there.
Yeah.
Good snap. The kick. That's a good one.
I'll tell you what, that's a beauty.
Can they stop? He falls into the end zone. Oh.
You know what, though? He slid into.
Yeah.
So he could have been marked down.
His knee was down. I feel they are going to mark him.
They are going to mark it down
at
to the 2.
I think
because his knee was down, he slid. That was a really smart play by
Coach Ray is out there looking at things like, are you kidding me?
Well, it's not the NFL. So the NFL, if your momentum takes you in the end zone, and it is in high school too, but Yeah, I think they're going to mark it there, yeah.
Yeah.
Because, he's down once he had contact with the football enough. If that was on the inch line where he caught that and then his momentum took it in the end zone, then we're talking touchback. But he had caught that probably at the 2.
Yeah.
And then but he wants to try to fall down there, not roll in the end zone and give them a chance to call a touchback. But what a nice punt.
That was a great punt.
What a beauty. I mean, that thing was end over end and went down inside the 10 perfectly.
I couldn't tell which number it was, but Central's receiver, he just stood there and watched it bounce. I feel like he's definitely going to get chewed out on the sideline here.
And it's going to be stopped. Is that going to – let's
Safety?
see. No, he made it out of the end zone before being brought back.
Man.
Are you talking about the guy that was deep?
Yeah, he just stood there and watched it.
All right, so let me give you a little coaching here, a little football coaching. So if the ball's inside the 5, okay, you don't want to field it.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, you want to try to hope that the ball bounces into the end zone. Because you always say if your heels are inside the 5-yard line, you let the ball go over your head. Or if it's in front of you, you kind of fake catch it and get out of the way. Because that's not a live ball there, right? So you're hoping it bounces into the end zone.
Right, but I was just surprised he wasn't making an effort to try to block him from getting it. He was just standing on the sideline, just standing there watching it.
Yeah,
that's what I was more surprised about than the fact.
He definitely could have done that.
Yeah, I know the heels with the inside the 5 thing, but he just stood right on the outside there just with his arms crossed, just watching it.
Yeah, we got a timeout.
Yeah, I was going to say Owen Taylor-Jelinas was kind of late to get back with the play, and the play clock is running down pretty quickly, so we're going to have to wait for the second down. And it was only a loss of about a half a yard, even though he got thrown back into the end zone. And now,
Coach Ray, is not a wristband guy.
And now we're seeing Caden Salvi down here getting some medical attention here.
Oh, boy. Yeah, Coach Ray's not a wristband guy. He's the guy that calls the game as he feels it, right? So, he obviously has been here a long time. So he knows his offense and he knows his kids better than anybody. So he's a what I call a feel guy. So he calls the game as he feels it. So everything comes off the top of his head, right, or his coaching staff upstairs. So they're sometimes get plays in there late in the play clock because the quarterback's running over for the play.
There's definitely some wind sprints right there for the quarterback. As Salvi looks like something was being done to his left wrist area. And he will not be out here for this play. And
oh, boy. So you got a backup quarterback in there?
Can't even tell who
maybe
is over
that's
there.
why Owen Taylor-Jelinas was running back. I think he is the quarterback now.
Yep, that's him back there. I could hardly tell.
Yeah, it's tough to see the numbers with those silver.
Yeah, the silver and white, not the most fantastic.
Is that 7? Is that number 7? I can't even tell.
7 or 3, one of the two.
Wyatt
There you go. It's coming right at you. 3. You got it, kid.
And able to get some positive yards right there, getting a little bit more breathing room. It's still going to be about a 3rd and 5 here, but a little less stress knowing that you can't go 2 steps backwards.
Backs aren't against the wall anymore now.
So this has been a chess game, right? Like a field position game with the good special teams play, except for that muffed fake punt. It's been good special teams by both teams.
It's looking better than the Patriots have been this year.
I mean their punt teams have been good. So far it's been chess match. We try to get field position.
Well, here we go with a 3rd and 6 in the shotgun formation. He's going to take the ball, try to get to the outside, tries to miss a block, and is going to be brought down. So a good job again by the Crusaders to stop a drive, and the punt team will come out and get ready to kick it away with Cody England out there, number 2. I see him as well as a few others. And Memorial will get the ball again with 4 minutes to go in this half with what should be good field position.
Yeah, let's see. We're talking about the punt teams. The punt team for Central has to come up big here and get a boomer off.
Can't mess up.
I mean, they're 2 for 2 so far, so.
Yeah, I mean, you got 4 minutes left in the half, so you kind of want to this is where you just want to wind up and kick it as far as you can.
Yeah, definitely.
Crusader at the 39-yard line, so it'll be
low snap.
He was
man.
down.
You know
that
what?
will work as a
That's
safety.
a safety.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Memorial will take that, and that is a tough spot for the Little Green. Oh, he's
Oh,
putting
man.
his hands up to his eyes and can't believe what just happened. As trying to get it away was Mason Malone, and
Yeah, I'd say it was
points up on the board for the Crusaders.
It's kind of a low snap, so
It was
he took,
really low.
Yeah, so he took his eyes off of where he was and kind of worrying about Memorial coming in for the block. And he took a knee when he caught it, which is tough. So now you're 2-0.
2-0
You got
Memorial.
a free kick from the 20.
I joked about it earlier in this half that we were gonna have to worry about safeties, and now it's come to fruition.
You got a baseball score going.
Wow, 4:04 remaining in this first half, and
you got a free kick from the 20, so that's going to give Memorial good
This
field
is
position.
no
there,
snap. He's just going to be punting it like a soccer goal.
Well, you can kick it off, or
I was
you,
gonna
or
say,
Oh,
there's-
really?
Yeah,
you
it's,
can do
it's
either.
different in
Kyle.
high school.
Yeah, you can do either. You can punt it if you want.
I don't know if I've ever seen a safety in high school. That's probably what it is.
Yeah, unfortunately, I have.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think I saw West this year get a safety as well.
It happens. It happens.
Seen some pretty weird things in high school football, but I don't know if I've ever seen a safety.
If I were the Crusaders, I'd back up a little bit. I feel like he can just kick
Yeah.
it right at a Crusader in blue. And instead, it's going to be an end-over-end kick. Takes a good bounce and caught at about the 27-yard line. Trying to get to the outside. McFarland sees something.
Here we go.
Able to hit some holes to the 50. Cuts back. 50,
Still
45. And is finally going to be brought down out of the 44-yard line.
Good return.
Connor, that's a nice job. He kind of came. See how he came out slow there, and he's trying to get the wall set up for him. And there wasn't much there, so he kind of took a nice cut inside and got a nice return there. So now you're on this side of the field. You got a chance to get a drive and a little bit of momentum with the safety. So let's see what happens.
27-yard gain on that kickoff there. So first and 10 from the 44-yard line. Crusaders in their blue jerseys going left to right again across your screen. And no man in motion, going to be a run up the middle. And look at this, able to get a first down and more into about the 28-yard line. And boy, with a 2-0 lead, the Crusaders looking to tack on some more here.
Yeah, and that's at Memorial's left side, Central's right side again. That same trap play that they ran before. And they've had some success off of there. They had the one hold call, but each time they've done it, they've got 10 yards plus. And Sebastian's back in a quarterback, so they're kind of mixing it up a little bit here.
Interesting.
Look for McFarland to try to get a toss here and get in the open field.
We haven't even talked about the wind. The flags are out pretty good, going left to right, and a tough play here, able to keep the ball, but that was not the best.
Yeah, they're just trying to run a sweep to him there. And Central's just quick on the outside, boy. They get to the football.
And this will make a.
Yeah, the wind's kind of swirling, right, Kyle? It's like
It really is. I kind of could feel it earlier, and as I zoom up, you can kind of see the flag that's really coming from about the northwest side of the field.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why the passing game has not worked as well, but the punts still have really looked good as we are under 3 minutes to go in this first half, and a second and
They
long
are really in tight here, not trying to disguise it at all.
And he does disguise it and has to keep the ball as he was the third option on that play.
Yeah, and that's what they're looking for. They're looking for him to get in the open field, right? So he almost did there.
He looked at something,
much.
but again, the Little Green doing a good job really causing some really quick decision making because they were quick to really get the options limited there.
Yeah, and that's the problem with running triple or any run offense. When you're second and long, so you want to get yards on first down. So if you don't get yards on first down, you're looking at a minimum playbook going forward. So now you're 3rd and 10. Let's see what they got.
Well, under 2 minutes to go now in this first half, and a 3rd and 10 here. Man in motion. He's got a pass, trying to get a man open, and is not able
there
to.
it is.
And the
Pass
flag
interference
has been thrown, and that will be a spot foul. But Coach, that will be a
15 yards.
Yeah, that's pass interference on
So-
Seneska.
Yeah, no spot foul in the high school. It's 15 yards or half the distance? No, it'll be 15 yards in the first down. Unless they call it a hold, but I think it's pass interference.
No, that's pass interference. Should be.
Referees getting together to talk things over, and it will be a pass interference. I saw him motion it to Coach Sturgis. Tough spot right there. Little Green really was just trying to make a, third down stop there, and instead
he grabbed him twice. He grabbed him around the shoulders first, and then as the ball was getting there, he grabbed his leg. So that was pretty obvious. But a little bit of a bail. No, I'm not going to say a bailout penalty because it obviously was a penalty, but it did kind of bail Memorial out there because they were in trouble.
And now inside the red zone go the Crusaders. 1:45 remaining in this half. Run up the middle. Seymour is able to get another big chunk play right there inside the 10 now.
I mean, that's what you got to do. Just keep pushing forward. I feel like they're going to do it again because maybe if they don't get it here, then they'll go back to the
They only have 2 timeouts remaining with 90 seconds to go in this quarter.
Plenty of time.
Seymour's had a good half. He's going forward, and he's probably got 50, 60 yards. So,
trying to add to their 2-0 lead. Preston will get the ball again. Excuse me, not Preston. I was thinking about last year. Oh, still a push.
Wow.
And let's see where they play. Oh, he's going to be put at the 2-yard line. It will be a first down, though. So a 1st and goal from the 2-yard line. You hate to see those plays, Coach, where
they called forward progress. Kind of quick there. It was probably a quick whistle, but, it's tough when you're inside there when you're the umpire. You see the forward progress stop, and you kind of blow the whistle, because if he would have fumbled it and they didn't blow the whistle, then you'd be yelling out.
Yeah.
Right?
And a whistle called, and it looks like it'll be timeout. Let's see who that goes against. That will be you are right, Andrew. So that is I believe the 3rd timeout called there for the Little Green. So they will have no more with 57 seconds to go. And boy, last year Central went up 7-0 at halftime on a 22-yard play by Caden Preston. That's where that name was in my head because I was going to bring that up.
Yeah.
So to see that this year it's totally the other side of things, I have not seen Memorial get this trophy, and it's been a long time. I was looking at the trophy earlier from a picture from last year, and the last time Memorial got this Turkey Bowl trophy was way back in 2014, guys.
Yeah, so this is big for them.
Almost 10 years.
It also gives you momentum going into the next season too. You get more kids that want to play, and and
they're losing a lot, so they need that.
Yeah,
losing a lot of big pieces. Vashon McFarland, Sebastian Vilgrain, Soto, just to name a few.
Yeah,
but a lot more. Nick Young, another one, but a lot more in there. Seymour.
I'm pretty sure he's going to hit the ball here again.
Yeah.
1st and goal from the 2-yard line. Man in motion, and it looks like I wasn't sure if they're going to call encroachment on that, but obviously
move up a whole yard.
Yeah. Now Seymour gets it, and touchdown Easy. Memorial, adding to their lead. It is now an 8-0 score here with an extra point to be had, and a big, finally they break through the goal line and are able to get a touchdown.
I mean, they just needed momentum. Even the big catch by Vilgrain's what they needed. I mean, they got it deep in their own territory. Didn't work out that time, but then they got the safety, which was one of the weirdest mistakes I've ever seen in high school football, and then they get the touchdown here. So all they needed really was momentum, especially this late into the first half.
Funny enough, I did see that same thing happen in the D2 tournament or D2 championship last week for Plymouth. And now kick up in the air, and it is good. So a 9-0 lead. That makes it a 2-possession lead here for Memorial. And wow, what a patience sometimes helps, Coach.
The safety really was the turning point, right? Because then you had the free kick, and they got a decent return by McFarland to get him inside the 50, and they had a nice drive there. Seymour really took them on their back that drive right there.
Yeah, that was
I mean,
all him.
He's he was featured in a little Channel 9 thing I saw this week, and he had some tough injuries during his career, and his career could have went a different way, I think, if he didn't have the knee injuries. But he's a heck of a back and really works hard. And talking to the coaching staff and being a coach in the school right now at Memorial, he's an excellent kid, and they love him over there. So he's going to be hard to replace, in more ways than one. So, you want to give a kid like that the chance to shine on a day like today.
Those guys are the toughest to replace.
Yeah.
And I 100% agree with that. He is going to be extremely hard to replace.
There's the wind.
Yeah, we saw it in the opening kickoff when the Little Green had issues here, and see if it's on the tee as well. So if you got to just angle it differently, I guess a little bit more weight in the back to push it forward. But see what Central can do with 52 seconds to go and no timeouts. Obviously, the wind at the Memorial back and a good kick right here.
Yeah.
I mean, I was following the shadow, and out of bounds it goes. So 80 yards, coach, in 52 seconds.
Yeah, they've been conservative the whole half, so I can't imagine that they won't still be conservative. They'll probably, try to break one, and if they do, then maybe they'll get a little bit, open the playbook a little bit more. But they've been extremely conservative on offense so far.
It's going to be interesting to see what they do here. I feel like with 53 seconds, why not air it out? I mean, you need something here before you go in.
When you're this deep, that could be the game if you throw a pick six.
That's true.
Well, so 5 wide here for the Little Green, so see if they
definitely going to chuck it here.
Waiting for his man to get open, able to catch the ball, and out of bounds. I don't think he really meant to step out of bounds, was Owen Taylor Gelinas, but he was able to stop the clock either way.
And it's all been short stuff. It hasn't been anything more than a 7, 6, 5-yard pass, right? So, everything's been conservative. Everything's been close downfield. So, sometimes you set that up for the second half and try to run a wheel or try to get somebody deep. And sometimes you're just not able to do that as a team. So you don't try things that you can't do. So, but they're definitely 5 wide. So they're definitely going to either run a quarterback run here or throw it downfield.
Second and 8. Here we go. Well, he obviously looked like it was.
Oh,
he's absolutely hit. Ball gets away. It's got to go
behind the line.
No, that's an incomplete pass.
Yeah, I was gonna say Memorial was on it, but boy, that was a big hit right there.
Yeah.
Lucky to just get the ball away and.
You're 5 wide. You got no backs and no tight ends, so you're vulnerable to getting the blitz. And if they catch you with the blitz, then that's what happens. So the kid was in there quick. Huh? I didn't see who that was, but he was in there fast.
You shot the gap.
Yeah.
Remy Conant coming out to block, and now we will see Caden Salvi back in there in the QB spot after coming out for whatever sort of medical attention that was needed to be done. And 3rd and 8 here.
Now they're going 4-by-1, which is interesting.
Wow.
4 receivers on one side. Sometimes you try to isolate the guy on this side, but now they're just going to
trying to run, and he is immediately just taken down.
The Memorial should call a timeout here.
Big number 19 able to block anything from happening, and 38 seconds to go. A 4th and 8 here is able to get back to the line of scrimmage, and think that having everyone out wide, that he was going to have a hole in the middle, and instead the Crusaders are able to stop that very quickly. And they'll have a chance with the ball with, possibly 28 seconds to go, I would say, with between this snap and the kick, unless they block it.
Yeah, they'll have 1 timeout left. I don't know how much they're going to try to do with the ball. It depends on, I guess, the return that they get,
The wind will be to their back as well, so there's that. Good amount of people here. I got to say, Sweeney Post, it looks very busy across the street. Cars are parked there, and I love to see the standing, people. I guess it is much warmer in the sun as well compared to sitting in the cold stands.
Yeah, that's where my buddies stand down there in the sun. They're smart. They're down there sitting down In the stands, it's a little colder under there, I think. It's like a little refrigerator.
I mean, I'm telling you, for football season, they need stands out there in center
they,
field.
They obviously do. And
they used to in the old days. They used to have them out there.
Central with a punt,
another
little snap
bad
again,
snap.
and a bad kick. It's going to take a Central bounce and will be finally stopped at about the 46-yard line. I was questioning things if he was going to
He almost took
it
a knee
again.
there. Yeah, he almost did. It's kind of a slow snap too, and sometimes that's the hardest thing. Get a good snapper, and if one kid gets hurt, then you're down to your second string one, and it's tough. It's not easy.
Well,
so they're inside the 50. I don't know if they're going to be conservative here or not. You got 30 seconds left. If you call a timeout on 4th down to stop the clock, then that means you're going to want to try something, right? You're not going to do it just to get them to punt.
We've not seen them in a shotgun at all this whole entire first half. And he steps back, gets some good blocking, throws it up in the air.
Bolio.
And not able to get that an incomplete pass. He's looking for a flag, but
no, that was just really good coverage by Liam King.
Yeah, and they had a guy over the top, too. So they've had two guys every time they tried to go downfield. Central's had two guys. One time they caught it, right, when they were double covered. But, there wasn't much of a chance of that one working.
As I was driving past Livingston Park this morning, there was a group of guys playing 5-on-5 football. So today is such a phenomenal day to see traditions like this happening. And I know we have, another second half to go, but I'm already feeling the turkey. I smell the turkey in the air already.
Oh, wife's at home cooking right now.
And that almost could go. I mean, the receiver.
That was almost really bad.
I just.
I think it was a miscommunication there.
Yeah, I just was very confused. You can almost throw a flag for no receivers in the area.
Well, Schuff took it deep there, and McFarland thought he was going to run it out, so he threw it to the out, and
there was no one there.
Yeah,
there was more white jerseys than there were blue.
He was running the corner out. That could have been dangerous there.
Well,
Owen Taylor-Jelinas was right in the area, too, so if somebody shouted that the ball was in his area, there's nobody stopping him from taking that back to the house.
Well, a 3rd and 10 with 20 seconds to go, and Memorial has done nothing in this drive in 11 seconds. Try to run it up the middle, and that will be most likely the last play of the half here as Memorial's not rushing
smart.
to get the punting team out there.
Go in
5 seconds to go.
Go in with the lead. Be smart. You got the momentum. Go in with the lead. Don't try anything crazy, and it's a smart move there.
And that will do it for the first half in Turkey Bowl 2023. The Memorial Crusaders with a 9-0 lead. Gentlemen, we joked that it was going to be a lot of running play, and that was a very quick first half as it's really been 69 minutes that we've played football here. And what do you expect to see in the second half here?
Well, I don't know if Coach Ray's going to open up the playbook a little bit more, but he was real conservative with his play calling in the first half. Maybe because, of his situation. Nobody knows their teams more than the head coaches. So, maybe he's setting something up, and it's going to go a little deeper downfield with the passing game. Memorial's Memorial. They are what they are. They're going to stay in that run game, and hope Seymour can just chew up the clock.
Well, Central will get the ball first to start we'll get the ball to start the second half. We'll take a break here from Gill Stadium and let the bands take the field. We'll be back in 20 minutes. You're watching Manchester Public Television's Turkey Bowl coverage here from Gill Stadium. Back after this. Great job by the bands here at halftime at Gill Stadium. Turkey Bowl 2023. Turkey Bowl number 41 in the Manchester traditions here. Kyle Heavey with Coach Tom Bazoin and Andrew Arndt. We're getting ready for the second half here as we got a good game going on, a 9-0 Memorial lead here, and we're excited to see what's going to happen here. We have a live broadcast here on Manchester Public Television, and we are excited to be back to see what happened as the Little Green will get the ball here to start things off and looking to see what they can do with a 9-0 deficit.
Yeah, I'll see if Central opens the playbook a little bit more and gets a little more aggressive offensively. They didn't really have too much field position. It was kind of a game early on, right? It was a game of field position with the punting. The punters were kind of the MVPs until that little safety thing. And once the safety happened and Memorial got a little momentum and they got a good return by McFarland and a nice drive to score. So, Central's going to have to get one in kind of in the third quarter, I think, here to make it a game.
They had a lot to talk about there after the first half because they definitely made some mistakes, but they also definitely learned some valuable lessons, the punter. But this game's very far from over. I mean, we've still got 24 minutes of football left to play, and it's only a 9-0 lead, so it's not like it's 40-0 at the half. So, I mean, they're getting the ball right now, so score here makes it a 2-1, 3, something like that point game, and then stops and getting the ball back is all Central needs. So this game's far from over.
As the wind has obviously been a factor, you've seen it more being pushed from left to right, just like we're seeing the ball go through the air here on this kickoff. Little Green will catch the ball at about
Another
the
good
13, 14-yard line, trying to get to the outside, and he's going to be wrapped up and brought down. So decent little return here, but now it's going to be Caden Salvi and the Little Green offense that have got to get something going here to start this second half off.
And the kicking game continues to be good. I mean, that was a decent kickoff. Even though it didn't, wasn't a touchback, it was nice and high, and the coverage got down there nice. If you keep them inside the 30, I think it's a good thing. And Memorial's defense has been good. They've been rallying to the football, and Central has kind of just thrown short passes and then some quarterback runs, but they haven't really opened it up a little at all. So let's see if they do that.
Again, Little Green going in their all-white jerseys, going right to left across your screen. 1st and 10 here, and man in motion. Going to be a pass play, trying to light things up, and a long, deep pass is incomplete. And no flags that I've seen for pass interference or anything like that. Attempted pass was to Wyatt Foger, and, well.
Yeah, right away they do a little play action with the jet sweep and try to get downfield. So right away you see that, okay, maybe they were setting that up earlier in the first half to try to get downfield. But good coverage there by Schuff. He was back there, and that play didn't have much a chance of succeeding.
They didn't really bite on the fake as much as they were hoping for. So now, from the shotgun formation, it's going to be a pass play again. Oh, nice little
now,
over his head. That was going to look very good if that was able to be successful, as Trevor Wong was, faked the handoff and was able to get into open field, and unfortunately it was unsuccessful. And now we have a 3rd and 10, and we've only killed 17 seconds so far with 2 unsuccessful pass plays.
In 2 plays and 2 passes past 15 yards, right? So, we talked about them opening it up, and that's what they're trying to do here, but Memorial is ready for it.
I appreciate the Memorial cheerleaders below us. I'll show this after this play. They've decided to get out of the shade and into the sun now. So obviously with a lead, a pass play here is incomplete, and now the punt team will start coming out. Yeah, the cheerleaders, you can see right there, have been smarter. They got out of the shade, and it's a huge difference between the sun and the shade. As I went down for halftime to see things, and you can see why these players are appreciating being in the sun today. Because if it was cloudy, boy, it would not be fun.
Yeah, I can attest to that. Let's see if they get a decent punt. The punting game's been pretty good, except for the snaps for Central. So if he can get a decent snap, this kid can get a good one off. And
Central took their whole entire time in the locker room for the most part, while Memorial was quickly to come out. Good snap there, and a pretty good kick. It's going to take a Central bounce and be out at the 41-yard line. So, quick drive there for Little Green. Not what they were hoping for on offense to start things off, but 28 seconds later into the second half, the Crusaders will get the ball.
Yeah, and Memorial's playing a little bit of a zone on with the DBs on defense, and Salvi can't find anybody open yet. But
I mean, he had Wong on the near sideline, just overthrew him a little bit.
Yeah. So right on that second try. So maybe they're going to try to go back to that when they get the ball but Memorial's going to try to control the clock still.
Well, using all the play clock here as they got to hike this ball and able to get it away and run up the middle is going to be brought.
Look
and
out.
we have a lot of laundry out on the field from the referees, so most likely will be a holding call on Memorial.
Yeah, they're trying that left side again, and that's where they had success in the first half. And a couple times they get a hold call, so maybe that's why they're having success over there.
This one is wrong. I was actually
Wow.
a face mask
Was it?
on the little green, so that will be an automatic first down. And into Central Territory goes Memorial.
I mean, that flag was thrown pretty, like,
Yeah, he must have grabbed him on a reach. So sometimes when you're reaching and you're trying to come off the opposite side, and you caught his mask. I didn't see that. I thought it was a hold, but
it was tough
obviously
to see in there because,
yeah,
I mean, they're down there. But in the big scrum of people there, I really didn't see anything. But
nice run up the middle. And so, yeah, I got some little interesting, stats and facts about this game. And obviously this is the 41st edition of the Turkey Bowl here between Manchester squads, with the Central Little Green having the most trophies with 23 so far. But this has been played here since 1981, except for back in 2004 when they were doing work on the Gill Stadium to make room for the Fisher Cats.
They played it at West.
They played it at West.
Yeah. And this is how old I am, Kyle. I've been to every one of those games.
Miraculous. I didn't expect that.
I have not missed one of the
nice
games.
fake right there, trying to get some yards.
they ought to make some award for that. You should get a trophy, too.
Yeah.
A little push after the play here, not something that we want to see, as Ethan did not appreciate something from the Crusaders.
You coach all year, and then you want to come to a game at the end of the year. I was fortunate enough to coach in it a couple times, and it was fun. But, yeah, my wife likes me out of the house while she's cooking, so she likes me to get out of there and not bug her.
Say hello to your wife as well. Thank you doing the cooking
here.
here.
She's at home killing it. So
it's not
it's emotion.
Yeah.
Flag is thrown and automatically stopped. And it's not a game here without hearing some sirens, as we have a ambulance going by here on Valley Street. So thankfully, no issues so far here that ambulances or police cars have been needed, but time will tell. And now, motion
nothing
called
across the street at Sereni either, so
they're
they're clear over there.
I not used to having people park on the street here. It's usually pretty empty. Obviously, we've seen some foul balls in baseball head over that way, but thankfully we don't have to deal with that today. With really no long passes have gone over the fence. Hopefully that wouldn't happen at all. But here we go with a 3rd and 8 here for the Crusaders, trying to get something going here as they would like to increase their lead. But Little Green would love to get that ball back. See what happens on this play.
Faked it.
Good job. He's really doing a great job of
he
that
pulled
option.
it out that time, which that's the way it's supposed to be run right there. So, he tried it a couple times in the first half, and he wasn't able to pull it out. He gave it to Seymour, but that time he pulled it out beautifully. And you see the linebacker tackling Seymour, right? And he didn't have the ball. So, that's the way it's supposed to be run right there.
I have no issues here with filming that, but some reason at West,
it's tough.
You're a little bit closer and lower on the field. You can't see where the ball goes as well as I can way above. And 4 stories up here at Gill Stadium. So appreciate
it fools the guys doing the college games, Kyle, a lot. So, it's tough.
If it's run well, it's certainly a difficult thing to see. And now a 1st and 10 for the Crusaders. And it's going to be run up the middle here, chugging away, and finally brought down, but is able to get some positive yards. Maybe only 2-yard gain, but, it still makes it easier for once it gets to 3rd down, if that is the case.
Just bring that clock down, too. I mean, clock's going to be your best friend. Obviously, they're not just going to drain it from 8:20 to go in the 3rd quarter, but still.
Yeah, you're right, Andrew. That's what they want to do. And in this kind of offense, that's what you want to do. You want to use time and 3 yards in a cloud of dust, right? There's no dust down here, but that's the cloud of rubber, I guess you would call it.
You can see a little bit of dirt from the mount.
Yeah, right.
Don't have to worry about that for a couple months.
And the mound used to be on the field, so they shifted the field this time when they redid the turf.
Yep.
Because in the old days, the mound was on the field, and that was difficult. So
delay a game penalty on the Crusaders.
Decent job with this, and hopefully it stays here. I'm gonna get a plug for JFK and Gill Stadium because they talked about this being a site for one of the big high school that they're talking about. And there's going to be a lot of pushback, I think, and that's 5 or 6 years down the line. So a lot of things can change in that time.
And take a wide shot of the whole entire acreage of land here, the beautiful area of the city. But here we go with a 2nd and 13 now as a delay of game penalty. And triple option works, so he's going to fling it out and not able to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe he was, but we have someone down way further out. And
yeah, one of the linemen, but he'll shake it off. Yeah, he's shaking it off. He's good.
Yeah, it's Cameron DeRochers. He'll be fine. Big guys never really get
really
hurt.
far downfield, ready to make any sort of block to safety or anything like that. And you can see him a little bit in pain, and hopefully he's not coming out. So obviously a sure sign that linemen are certainly very tough guys for sure.
They're different.
Well, we got a 3rd and 11 now. Let's see if the option works again. It's gonna be just up the middle and finally brought down.
Yeah.
And deep downfield.
A little bit of.
Yeah. It's blocking going downfield. And they kind of stopped at the end of the play, so it was legal. That time they tried the right side, and they've been trying to stay away from the right side because I think they're moving Kenny Gardner around a little bit on the line now. Because they were trying to run away from him, I think, because he's tough inside there. And
that's Tom Brady talked about that earlier this week, and there's certain players that in his time he tried to avoid. Ray Lewis, for example, he did not want anyone running through the middle to get injured, and we're seeing the same thing with avoiding Kenny Gardner right now in this game. 4th and 6.
Line up all sides. There's somebody lining up all sides, I think.
Central's clapping.
That's the side judge. So.
Yeah, even Coach Ray is showing it backwards.
Well, Coach Ray was probably making the call on that play, if I know him. He was
he's the one that threw the flag.
He was in the guy's ear, And now we're gonna go back to conservative, and we're gonna punt it, which is in this offense, 4th and 10. You might as well try to pin them down there. Normally you say the ball's on the 30. Why punt it? But 4th and 10 is tough in this offense. So they've done a great job of pinning Central down deep. So in a 9-0 game, it's not a bad idea.
No, I really like the call.
Yeah, that is. Coach Ray saw something, and there was some motion for.
Now it'd be good if they get 11 guys on the field. There we go. Okay, so they're good to punt now.
All right. Well, halfway through the 3rd quarter here, and Little Green will get the ball for the 2nd time. We'll see how this punt is. The wind in his back. High punt up in the air. It's going to take a good bounce and brought down at the 2-yard line. Great special teams work by the Crusaders today. And right there.
The punt is the MVP, I think.
Yeah.
That's amazing to me, like a high school kid being able to do that consistently, because usually if it happens, it's kind of it's a fluke,
And to see it now twice that the Little Green have had to start and their own backs against the wall with the end zone. And obviously some stress here again for the offense of Central to try to get things going. 98 yards is a long ways to get to the end zone. We'll see what they can do here with 5:54 remaining in a 9-0 game here.
That's remarkable. The same spot twice.
He's appreciates that wind pushing it today. He doesn't even have to put that much effort into it. And now play here. He's going to get some positive yards and finally brought down. So great job doing a QB draw. And now we have a flag, though, late. And we'll see what that's all about here. Referee is going to talk things over. And I got to appreciate the referees. They're taking time out of their Thanksgiving as well to be here.
Yeah.
Let's see what
and they get yelled at the whole time.
Oh, it's going to go against Memorial for a personal foul, a face mask late in this contest. So, well.
Maybe that's something that will spark Central a little bit here because I don't know how many first downs they have, but it's not many. They have more than one first down in the game?
I
got to ask my stat guy next door, but I don't think they have much more than one.
It's been a lot of 3 and outs for sure.
Yeah.
I think they have 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Because they went over the middle. That was one. Then they definitely got one besides that. So.
Well, 1st and 10 from the 24. A QB draw again, and he's going to be brought down. Big tackle right there, and he loses his mouth guard again.
Is that Soto?
It is Soto.
He's all over the place, that kid. I mean, he's a good player.
Between him and Gardner, they're making some good plays here that really helping their defenses to keep things going.
I've been impressed, but I've seen more games this year than I have in a lot of years. So I've been impressed by him on defense as well as Nick Young for Memorial. They played really well throughout the whole season.
Loss of about a half a yard or gain of a half a yard on that, so it'll be officially a 2nd and 9.
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to try to get outfield. No, it looks like they're going to stay in the run game here, or short passes because they're in tight here, only one wide.
Oh,
getting the good job on that false start or encroachment, and that will. Hey, these things are starting to work out here. As even though they were back against the wall, now it's a 2nd and short here.
They're moving it out of there, so a little bit at a time with the help of a couple Memorial penalties, right? That's 20 yards in penalties with the face mask and this, so that helps. 20 out of the 30 yards is penalties. So let's see if they can.
Now you just got to capitalize on the free mistakes.
Make it 3rd and short. At least get positive yards on this play.
And now using the same area of the field, get some positive yards, jumps a man,
20.
and is now out of bounds and is going to get pushed. And that'll be another flag.
There's no way that's going to be a late hit on Memorial.
It's too far out of bounds. They got to know where they are on the football field. Whether it's a malicious hit or not, it's still a hit out of bounds. It's called a hit out of bounds. It's not called a late hit or.
He never really gave himself up, though. I feel like that's kind of that's his.
Yeah,
that's still out of bounds.
You're 5 yards out of bounds, and you're still following through with the play.
Oh,
you got to know
I don't
when
like
to
that
stop.
one, but
yeah.
Well, make that 35 yards of penalty yards that the Central Little Green are appreciating right now.
I only like that if I was on the positive end of it. And on the other end, you're right. I would have been swearing probably.
Well, my issue with that is that he never gave himself up. Like, he never slowed down or anything. Like, I mean, he continued to run out of bounds. They're not going to be looking down at the hash mark to see if they're out of bounds or not. I mean, the kid's still running. You're just going to push him until you know he's out.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of that, honestly.
Yeah, it's a defensive guy's responsibility to know where you are on the field.
Brought down hard.
The offensive guy can run to the other side of the field if he wants, running out of bounds. It has nothing to do with it. It has to do with Memorial knowing where you are on the field. But it was certainly not malicious. The guy could have let it go. I'm kind of on your corner with that. He could have let it go. You know what I mean? He could have just turned his head on that one. It wasn't like it was a massive hit out of bounds.
Looks like we have a flag here as the clock has stopped, and the referees are kind of talking things over here to see what's going on.
Well, you got a combination of Coach Ray and John Trisciani down there working the sideline and for Central. And believe me when I tell you, they are working the officials hard. They are not shy about that.
It looks like it's
Rob Sturgis is going to get an explanation here.
And props to Rob for wearing some shorts today.
Rob's got pants. That's another
Rob.
one of their coaches over there.
Oh,
but
man.
yeah, that's insane to wear shorts today, by the way.
And we see a couple kids
That's
down here as
not
well
very
wearing
low.
shorts.
So we got a decline penalty. So we got a hold on Central at the point of attack, and then they declined it because they lost 4 yards on the play. So smart play by declining it.
Our clock starts rolling again. 4 minutes to go in this. No, now we have officials getting together again.
So they don't know where the spot was. They're trying to figure out where the spot was, I think, because the side judge over there is coming over to speak. And I think they got the spot correct, right? Because they lost yardage on that play, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they definitely
Yeah.
lost yards. He's tackling the backfield pretty hard too, but here we go. Finally got things figured out and running to the far side, trying to cut back and tackled pretty hard into the turf and was able to get some yards here, but it's going to be a 3rd and long here.
And Salvi's been out, right, the whole time. I don't know if he's hurt for the game or but he hasn't been in there at quarterback. So Jolinus has been in there the whole time. Which, here he comes now. So I guess they're using Jolinus as the running quarterback, and then Salvi will come in on passing downs, which is not anything that Central hasn't done in the past. They've done a lot of 2 quarterback sets.
Certainly it keeps us paying attention a lot to see what's going on here. As a 3rd and 13 here from about the 44-yard line. Pass play to the and intercepted. Little Green having some issues with throwing the ball to the Crusaders, and they're second interception of the day for Memorial.
Is that 23 or 13? I can't tell.
I think it's 23. I think you got it right, bud.
Well,
Do you know that kid? Help me out. Owen
Pacheco, yeah.
Okay. So, I mean,
I was
he
trying
really,
to see if it was
that was
23
a
or 13,
nice
but that was a great interception.
Yeah, it was a nice break on the football. So that's how you teach it, right? So he's backpedaling. He sees the kid turning for the ball, and he broke on it. I mean, you can't get a better play than that.
That was fantastic.
Yeah, and it wasn't a terrible ball. I mean, he threw it where he thought only his player could get it, but it was just a great defensive play. You got to tip your cap to him.
Well, now here we go with a 1st and 10 for the Memorial Crusaders. An option play. It's going to take the ball and
if he didn't have him in front of him, he was gone.
9-yard gain right there for Seymour.
So what are we doing? We're getting close to 100 with him?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, so they're really banging that left side, and they're continuing to bang that left side. They saw something, obviously, on Central's right side that they can take advantage of. And
I took him in fantasy this week.
Yeah, there we go.
Probably better than all my other running backs.
He's got a touchdown, too, right? So you would have got your points there, too.
Getting close to the end of the year, so hopefully your teams are doing well. Looking forward to the playoffs in a few weeks and another run up here. I mean, quite a day of football here. We started off with this. We got the Lions and the Packers starting up in a half hour here.
Yeah.
We have the Cowboys and Commanders after that, and then the Seahawks and the 49ers, the late game today. And
that's going to be
obviously
a good one.
we have a
Insane.
good contest here between the Little Green and the Crusaders. So
And then they're doing a Black Friday game this year, right?
Bills and Jets tomorrow, or Dolphins and Jets.
So,
Yes.
so the NFL is really reaching. I mean,
Yep.
they're almost on every day now, which is fantastic.
Well, part of me scares me because the rich get richer for only so long.
Right. Yeah.
As Who Wants to Be a Millionaire was one night a week years ago, and then they went to 5, and that failed miserably. So bad snap right there. Seymour is still able to get some positive yards. That could have been a big mess right there.
Late hit on someone.
Central's clapping, so.
Yeah, I don't know.
And they're in Memorial's face all the time still.
Yeah, there's no rush to get back into huddles at all. And now we got some changing guard of guys. A limping player, not a good sign right there. He's tough though. He'll be,
That's on Central. Yeah, I don't know why they were clapping, Andrew, but yeah. No, it's on Memorial.
It's on Memorial, yeah.
Back.
You're right. So another is that another personal foul on them? Jeez, that's a third one or fourth one, and that's been Achilles heel for them the entire season.
That's 4 for sure.
Yeah, So that's not good. It's like they've had that problem the entire year.
Again,
I mean, 60 yards.
under
That's more
2
than
minutes
half
ago-
the field and 4 penalties.
Under 2 minutes to go in this third quarter, a 9-0 Memorial Crusaders lead, and looking to keep this drive alive, a run up the middle here to get some positive yards here, and it will be a 3rd and long here. But again, with a 9-0 lead, you're going to expect a lot of running to kind of keep this clock chewed away.
Yeah, and I think they're going to be conservative here because why? Their punting game has been terrific. So why not just like run it here and not try to do anything stupid? And if you break it, you break it. And if you don't, you punt it away and play some defense.
Obviously, with the wind in their back right now as well for the Crusaders, a pitch out, trying to get to the outside is not going to get much more than a few yards, and it will be a 4th down. Coach, okay, the clock did stop us. I was going to say, some plays the clock stops when you run out of bounds.
Yeah, it should.
And then sometimes it doesn't.
It should. If you're out of bounds in high school, it should stop every single time. So when it doesn't, that means the guy's calling them down in bounds. So I don't. There's no inside the 2-minute type deal here. It stops every time. So let's see if we can get another boomer off here. This kid's been fantastic so far. They only got one guy deep for Central.
And he's back at the 20-yard line here as good snap. The kick is away, and it's a high boomer.
Jeez.
End over end. Look at, he's got to go backwards to it. He's at his 10, trying to get to the near side, up to the 20, to the 25, makes a move.
Good
and
tackle.
is finally brought down, but a saving tackle. And now we got flags after the play back at the 20-yard line. Oh, boy, if this is against the Little Green, this could be bad.
So I think what could it be? Blocking the back, right, or a hold? So I can't see it being anything else but that.
Looking for.
It came from the back judge from behind, so.
I'm going to assume it's a holding call on that. The referees are getting things worked out here and waiting for him to make that signal of.
Either way, it's going to be a 10-yard penalty. It's
Holding
gonna
call
be
against the
half
Little
distance.
Greens. Yeah, well, that's after a good little return here with 55 seconds to go. Let's see what the Little Green do here. Is we've seen a lot of passing to start things off here, but being down 2 scores, they got to get some points one way or another here on this drive.
And they've started in terrible field position every time, right? I mean, have they had good field position maybe once? Maybe twice?
Maybe.
Yeah, they've had some really
most of the
bad
time
position.
they've been inside the 20-yard line, so starting out there, you got to kind of chip away and get a couple of first downs like, they did with Memorial penalties last drive, but they haven't done anything offensively to help themselves. Now they're going 3 by 1, so one running back.
Trying to block things out, or maybe a James White. No, he's going to be his lead blocker trying to get some yards and able to get a couple 2-yard gain right there, maybe 3, and not what I was expecting at all.
No, they're just trying to spread guys out and just run a quarterback run, which they got 5 yards on, which isn't bad. It's just like handing the ball off to your tailback, except you're just getting the direct snap and going. The same blocking schemes, but now they got Salvi back in there, so it gives you a couple more options, maybe some play action
or to throw it.
a short pass. I would guess.
Well, last play of the third quarter here, man in motion and almost neutral zone infraction, but decides to not do it. And instead, it's going to be a timeout by Central with 4 seconds to go. Oh, you need those timeouts.
Yeah, I think they were trying to get him to jump and on 2nd and short, which is kind of strange. But it's the last play of the quarter. I don't know. That one puzzles me.
That's
unless they just screwed the play up.
That's a possibility too. Obviously he didn't want to use the timeout.
That's a common theme with him when he says a play and he knows they're not going to execute. He just calls timeout. I mean, we've seen it year after year.
Yeah.
Well, obviously, you don't want to lose that 5 yards. It's already a 2nd and 6, so they see what they can do here. This should be the last play of the quarter here, as no teams have scored in this 12 minutes of action. But we'll see what happens. Obviously, this last 12 minutes is going to be interesting to see a 9-0 Memorial lead. All it takes is a safety to get things going for one team, as we saw in the second quarter.
Right. That was the momentum change of the game right there.
Band's doing a good job right underneath us. No, you can't hear it as well at home right now, but we can feel it in our feet right now. A little misdirection there.
Yeah.
Oh, the ball gets
Fumble.
away,
Oh.
and see who finally recovers it. A lot of Memorial players pointing in for their side. Zeros are on the clock here.
It was kind of a fake swing pass, but I think Salvi did a decent job with the fake, but the kid running the motion kind of just stopped running, so it wasn't much of a play-action play. But nice run by Salvi until the fumble at the end.
Coach Ray having some fun with 23 for Memorial. Referees.
Who is As Pacheco? Yeah, he knows him. He was the gym teacher, elementary school. We went to the same elementary school as I did.
Oh,
so he was actually also my gym teacher when I was in 1st through 5th grade.
Well,
yeah, he does a great job with dodgeball.
Oh yeah.
Oh lordy. Oh, I think is that where Adam Sandler got his ideas for Billy Madison?
No comment. I have no comment about Adam Sandler. Well, if you saw his what's the football movie called on Netflix? Have you seen that?
Oh jeez.
So he uses
The Waterboy?
No.
Okay.
It's a new one.
Oh, it's a new one.
Involving
Okay, hold on.
Sean Payton. He's not in it. He directs it.
Oh, okay.
So it's about Sean Payton, and he uses Coach Bezoin, and the character of Coach Bezoin is not good.
Oh.
He's a drunk guy that has to ride his bicycle to practice. But a funny guy, He's just doing it to bust,
I mean, I watched Hubie Halloween recently.
Yeah.
And the amount of Manchester.
Yeah.
It's all Manchester.
So many.
Yeah, it's Manchester references, and he was the same year as me, so he has several times where it sticks my name in there.
Wow. Well,
Yeah.
this is
Yeah,
great
yeah.
to hear. We'll get Adam Sandler up here in the booth
Yeah,
next year. We'll try to
sometime,
get him away from.
Make sure you call me for that one. I'll be on the quickest flight back.
It wasn't great to hear when people would text me say, "Hey, this guy got you in a movie," and then you look at it and you're the drunk guy. So I'm like, "Hey, come on here."
Well, 1st and 10 here from the 21-yard line. Salvi back to pass, a little screen, and it's going to be
Great play.
eaten up so quickly right there. It was set up really well, but someone missed their block right
41, is that the freshman again? Andrew, 41? Help me out.
Yeah.
Yes,
Jose Almonte.
Yeah, that was a great play by him.
there. Was able to.
Rosters have different numbers, huh?
I don't have a 41 on mine. Mine got cut off.
Oh,
Yeah,
jeez.
so kind of lost it.
Printers sometimes
Yep.
can be
Yeah.
quirky for sure, but clock continues to run here. Is a 2nd and 10 here, is able to get back to the line of scrimmage. If that screen had worked successfully, that he had a lot of blockers ahead of him.
Yeah, it was just that one kid that kind of stopped it,
And now another pass play, looking to go deep, has a
Oh,
man.
look out.
Oh, caught the jet stream. Referee is able to stop it from going anywhere, and
I
Will
think
be
Salvi
3rd
would
and
want
long.
that one back again because he kind of threw a line drive there.
He had
and-
all day.
Yeah, he needed something a little bit more with a little more air under it. And we're up here, we can't tell what the wind's like down there. So, if you throw it a little too high, the wind might do tricks with it. But, yeah, he definitely had the guy there. He broke free. So, looks like they really use Taylor Jelinas for a lot of different things, right? That was him in the past.
he is going to be the
Yeah.
future offense of Central. You can see it already with how much he's been utilized today. And now a 3rd and 10. Little Green, double pump, caught, and see where they place it. It looks like he's going to be
right at the
short
30.
of the first down.
Should be right at the 30.
That's a tough spot because he kind of slid afterwards, right? So, yeah, he's moving it back to where he caught it, and then he slid. So it's definitely short by a yard
4th
and a half.
and 2 here. And let's see what Coach Ray decides. He's going to
10
keep
minutes.
his offense out there.
2 scores, 10 minutes. I mean, if you're going for the win, then I would say you'd probably have to go for it here, right?
Well,
Because, if Memorial gets the ball back, they're going to cut 4 minutes, 3 minutes off of the clock with a couple of first downs by running the ball. So you got to keep that in the back of your mind. Maybe they're trying to get him to jump again.
that's possibly Remy Conan out there now. He was.
They snapped it quick.
And he's trying to get to the outside. He's going to be wrapped up and brought down. And Memorial will take the ball.
That's huge.
A lot of excitement right there.
Guess who? Guess who was the ringleader of that?
Was that the freshman kid?
It's Jose Soto.
Oh, Jose Soto. So, yeah, he's been around the whole year and making plays like that. And say this, Memorial's defense came to play today. They
did. They were all over the place, everybody.
And has limited Central for what they can do. And they tried to go with a quick count there instead of, kind of trying to fool them instead of, trying to think that they're going to get them to jump. And they got a quick count. And that play has worked a little bit a few times, but it didn't work there.
Well, loss of possession here goes now. The Crusaders will get the ball in about the 28-yard line. Man in motion. It's going to be to Seymour, who breaks a tackle and is finally brought down, and probably about a 3-yard gain on that.
And you're going to see a lot of Seymour, and you're going to see a lot of the quarterback waiting for that hand to go back up now and kind of using the clock every down. That's what you want to do when you're in an offense like this and you have the lead. If you're playing with the lead, then you want to just use clock between each play.
I mean, you can use Drew Brees as a quarterback right now because you're not going to be passing.
Right.
As Drew Brees came out and announced that he can't
throw
throw with his right arm anymore.
Really?
Yeah, he's hit too many surgeries, and he can barely lift his arm over his head. So he's throwing a lot with his left hand with his kids now.
I feel his pain.
He says that the injury that he had with the Chargers back in the day was the start of it. And he was still able to have a successful career, Super Bowl winning quarterback. And
he's what, 40? And he can't put his arm above his head?
I want to say he's about 42. But yes, could you imagine that?
Wow.
Apparently he's gotten really good at pickleball now.
Yeah. Well,
We'll see if he goes professional with that.
You could do those kind of things when you have Drew Brees money, right?
That's absolutely true. Under 9 minutes to go now, a 3rd and 2. So Little Green, they really have a chance to stop the Crusaders here if they're able to read this play. But Seymour has been so good, and we'll see if he gets the ball here. He does, up the middle, and it's going to be a tough one.
It's 4th down.
Yeah, I see the 4 already up there. The referees did not have to go very far as they, could see that Seymour was kind of stuffed there. And now 4th and 1, and now we'll see if there's any sort of attempt to get them to jump off sides.
And as much time there is left on the clock with 8 minutes, this is a huge play for Central because if they don't stop them here, now you're talking another couple minutes coming off the clock.
Oh, here we go. Looking over to see what QB draw. Oh, he jumps off sides at C, though.
Seneska.
Yeah, as soon as they saw the motion, they kind of jumped and now
nope, not Seneska. That's my bad.
Now they can run it. So now you're 1st and 10, right? So now you're just going to get a healthy dose of Seymour and just each play kind of use the clock each time. Use the play clock right down to 0.
Jamin Jones for Central is who that was.
Yeah.
I believe.
He's just trying to make an aggressive play there. It happens.
I mean, you're trying to get him to, you want to be there, and just unfortunately was not able to get there. So inside the red zone now are the Crusaders looking to add to their 9-0 lead here and kill more time on the clock. A lot of pointing being had by both teams right now. And a lot of time being killed. Still waiting.
Yeah, wow.
And, drop the ball, and he's going to be taken by the Little Green, I believe. It looked like he had his, a long play right there.
Yeah, so what happened there was, they want to use the clock, right? So the quarterback's waiting for that back judge to put his arm up. When he puts his arm up, there's 10 seconds left, then he counts down 5 like a basketball official, right? But what happened there was they broke the huddle too quick.
Yeah.
So now you're getting on the line of scrimmage and everybody's set, and there's still 20 seconds left on the play clock. So that kind of screws everything up. Everybody's kind of getting a little bit jumpy, right? And Central's moving around on defense, and that kind of screwed the snap up in the exchange with with the quarterback not being a quarterback the entire season. The exchange didn't go well, and he dropped the ball. So huge play in the game. If Central can capitalize, they haven't been able to yet. So let's see if they can do anything on offense.
Well, now 1st and 10 for the Little Green with still inside the 20, as we've said, Coach Bezoin, that they have not had a great field position to start each drive. That goes for about a 3-yard gain right there on that pass play. And now will be a second, about 4 yards now. So positive yards, but still you need more to get downfield to try to tie up this game or possibly win it.
Yeah, I would assume they're going to try to hit Jelinas on some play. Salvi can throw it deep. It's just that they haven't taken too many shots down the field.
Or if they do, it just seems like it's caught the wind.
Yeah.
Well, in the shotgun formation, you see the
Oh, man.
the ball gets away, and it's going to be recovered by Memorial.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. I don't know if the wind had something to do with that or it's just
Yeah, it was not a good snap, and Salvi kind of took his eye off of it because it came in slow motion. And Memorial players, like they've been the entire game, were all over it. Their defense has not wavered at all, and they're the story of the game, I think. Besides the special teams. The special teams have played real well as well.
Everything but the offense.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
On both sides, right?
Yeah. I mean, defense for Central has been pretty good, too. I mean, the safety was at 2 points and the touchdown, obviously. But for the most part, both defenses have been pretty good today.
Yeah, besides Seymour, right? Seymour's been the story for Memorial. I mean, which going into the game, that's what you would thought would have happened.
Well, here we go. 1st and 10 from the 20. Seymour gets the ball to the 15.
Here he is again.
He's going to be brought down at about the 12-yard line.
Definitely over 100 yards now.
And have you seen a different kid in the backfield besides him every single down?
Which is wild. Sometimes
the kid's a machine. I mean, he's just, you get up, you move your legs, you're pumping your legs, you get a 5-yard gain. They're an 8-yard gain, and then right back to the huddle, and he hasn't had a sub once. So they're like, it's your senior game. You're gonna ride you.
5:40 remaining in this contest, and now getting closer to the end zone are the Crusaders. Man in motion here, and he's gonna get it. Try to get. Oh, he's gonna be brought down hard. A big tackle right there. And kind of unneeded to stand above him right there.
Let him get out of there. I mean, jeez.
Yeah, that's what happens with the kids now. It's like, you can't even make a tackle without celebrating it. Just like, get back to the huddle. Okay, you made the play. Get back to the huddle. And, Memorial hasn't had any success going outside at all. All their success has been to their left side going inside with Seymour and Central's right side. But trying to get outside, they haven't had any success even – with, you haven't seen Villagran or McFarland do anything out there.
We haven't had any success with killing the flies in here.
I got one over here.
There's some big boys in here.
Yeah.
Looks like they've been eating well. I don't know what you guys keep in here in the summertime. But
the windows are usually open a little bit more for baseball. Man in motion again. It's going to be Seymour up the middle, and that will be good enough for the first down. And now it will be a 1st and goal situation for the Crusaders with 4:31 remaining in this contest. The clock stops for the chain gang to move along, but really only one person has to move now.
Yeah, it's looking good for Memorial, right? And they haven't won the game since when, Kyle? 2014?
2014. Their
9
only
years.
Turkey Bowl.
Their only Turkey Bowl win, with Trinity getting a bunch and Memorial Central getting the most of them, the majority of them.
We'll see. You got to add West has a couple of victories in there as well.
Yeah, I like that.
And now Seymour gets the ball, tries to the outside, pushing, and we'll see where they mark him. It looks like he's going to be down at about the 1-yard line. Some extracurricular activities going on to the far end of the end zone there, keeping those blocking going, obviously. it's a weird thing, Coach. You say play to the whistle.
Right, and when you're a lineman and, your job is to get up on the linebacker, that's what he's doing. And,
Also, it's
sometimes
got to
it
be
falls.
fun to be pushing a DB that's, 100 pounds less than you.
Yeah.
And, Seymour keeps his legs cooking, and they're going to say he did not get in.
Okay.
So it's going to be a
Honestly, this is
fourth
just
and
more
goal.
time off the clock.
Yeah,
right. So
Here.
it's not a terrible thing, right? So you're gonna use it. You want to get in, but is it third or fourth? My fault. He's got third on the sticks. I don't know if he moved
Third
it yet.
scoreboard, too, I believe.
Yeah, it should
It
be
is.
I thought it was.
I thought it was fourth down myself.
Yeah.
All right.
No,
Huh.
no, it's third. So
Yeah, it's definitely fourth because they got to the 1, and then he got stuffed.
yeah, maybe they got a first down there. So
All right, well, either way,
Maybe
see what
they
can
did
do.
give him the first. I don't know.
And finally,
There
he's
it
able
is.
to get in successfully. Touchdown, Crusaders, adding to their lead.
What a day.
15-0 lead here with the extra point to be had. And Eric Seymour has certified himself the player of the game with only 2 minutes and 44 seconds to go.
Not even close.
yeah, I mean he's been the story, and Memorial's left side of their offensive line has been right up there too. At that time they went to the right, so kind of fooled Central a little bit.
And the kick is up, and
Look
it
out.
is no good.
Towards my car.
And boy, the tow trucks are out there ready for the ball and able to get that.
Stayed in play. So Andrew's car, your car is safe, buddy.
You just got to avoid Lowell and Chestnut.
Yeah.
Anyway, 2:44 to go.
Inside joke there.
Well, just some people see stop signs, some people
All
don't.
right.
It happens. It happens.
It happens.
In my line of work, I've seen it a lot.
The Manchester Information websites with Jeff Hastings, as well as New Hampshire Fire, they keep their scanners busy with a lot of action here in Manchester.
They're on top of things, huh?
I know that this intersection here at Valley and Maple is a big
God.
one as well. There's a lot of collisions. So.
And I am glad to be retired and out of that game, by the way. Not having to worry about any of that stuff anymore.
Well, everyone, please have a safe and happy Thanksgiving. It's been a pleasure to be with us here in the booth as I'm watching a soda can fly away right now from the wind. So just a crazy day, and it's nice and warm up here in the booth.
Yeah, it's been great. Great day of football, and it's only the beginning, right? We got NFL all day.
Jeez.
And a kick out of bounds. That was not.
That's it. That's their first screw up.
Yeah, that's really then. You took the words out of my mouth
Yeah.
of exactly what I was thinking. That was ill-advised. Obviously, they were kind of a pooch kick, but you weren't supposed to kick it out of bounds.
No.
So that'll be good field position for the first time for the Little Green.
Yeah, they'll get it at a 35. They'll get it. That's your option. You can take the or they'll
Or
make
they
them
look
kick
like
it
they're going to
again.
re-kick.
Yeah, they're going to make them kick it again. So you kind of kick it into the wind here. So maybe that's why he tried to keep it low and into the side. But that's probably why Central's making them re-kick, maybe thinking they can get past the 35.
I mean, their return game has looked good the few times that we've seen them get the ball. But, again, a lot of times it's been either into the end zone or down at the 2-yard line. So.
When they've had a chance, they've had a couple of good, decent returns. But for the most part.
Obviously, that fumble back in the first quarter was a bad one on the
Yeah.
got to remember that, special teams. So, 5 yards further back it goes for the Crusaders, who just got to run the last 2 minutes and 44 seconds to get their second Turkey Bowl trophy here and see if he is inbounds. And, well,
Wow.
They got a couple yards out of it.
Got a two-yard gain out of re-kicking it. So, that's kind of an interesting thing to look at right there. 1 second did come off the clock for him to down it. So 2:43 remaining, and we shall see what type of offense we will get from Central to close out this game, as it looks like Owen Taylor-Gelinas will be out there along with Caden Salvi. So maybe go with a 2-quarterback option here.
Taylor-Gelinas has been in the routes quite a bit. He's been playing receiver, so I would assume that they'll try to get him something downfield, or who knows? I mean,
you gotta.
They haven't really offensively done much. So it's tough for them to turn it on now.
Well, time will tell here if they are able to get on the scoreboard. That goose egg is looking very large right now.
Oh.
And almost intercepted, almost completed, but either way, it's an incomplete pass.
Yeah, the safety there, Jacob Schuff, was ready to jump that, and
he's getting a lot of.
He's had a good season as a sophomore, and we're waiting to see him on the basketball court come Monday. So
tryouts are on Monday.
Yeah,
huh?
yeah, it's coming quick, and hoping to erase last season and get on the positive side this year and try to do some good things at Memorial.
Coach Danny Bryson back again, I'm assuming,
yes,
this year?
Yes, sir, or I wouldn't be there. He does the work. I just show up and try to look good, which is not very successful.
Oh, got the ball away.
Oh, that's
incomplete, but
he
boy,
got it
was
back
he.
over the line. So
Some big boys for the Crusaders there were ready to gobble them up like Thanksgiving dinner.
Yeah, Nick Young was in on that, and that's good that we were able to mention him because he's been fantastic this season at defensive end from the games that I saw. So he got in there, almost got the sack. And Central they're not using tight ends. In the old days, they always had a tight end, right? They played what they call a 21, right? Two running backs and one tight end. So they have gone away from that totally now and have used all receivers and all skill guys. So, you have to go with what you have for personnel now. You can't just like invent a tight end and say, okay, we got this strong kid. So it is what it is.
Timeout called, their second by the Central Little Green. Coach Ray did not like the way that his team was not quick to line up there and had some choice words for the near side wide receiver. But with 2:34 to go, 3rd and 10 from the 37-yard line, and Central is, like I said, you root for them. You want to see them get some points, but I just don't think that it's been all there today. Like you said, it's hard to get your team to want to play after you haven't played in almost a month.
It's the most difficult part of it. It's keeping the kids engaged and keeping them, the practices. You have the weather to deal with. You have multiple different things going on with the kids, work and everything else
academics.
these days. And academics is huge, So, it's a difficult thing. But, I still think it's a great thing to play a game on Thanksgiving Day. I was honored to coach in it a couple times, and we had really fun doing it. But, it is work. It is a lot of work. And, it's like asking, you at your job to say, okay, hey, you're gonna work another 4 weeks, but we're not gonna pay you for it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So it extends your season even further. That's long. So it's tough to do, but in the end, when you see the looks on the faces of the seniors and win or lose, be able to play one more game in front of their family and everything, it's definitely worth it to me. It was, anyways.
Under 2 minutes here, a 4th and 11 for the Little Green, possibly their last play of the day. And in the shotgun formation, looking, passing. It's tipped and is incomplete. And
that's
Memorial will get the ball back.
Yeah, Almonte's not pleased with himself, but, I don't think he has to beat himself up that hard.
No, that's just a good defensive game plan by Memorial and limiting a Central team to a couple of first downs besides the penalties. If there wasn't for Memorial penalties, then Central wouldn't have had much of anything offensively, and they definitely had less than 100 yards on the game. So it was between Seymour and Memorial's defense, that's what saved the day for Memorial today. And good for them. They haven't won this game in a long time. Central's had their taste of victory on this day many times. So.
I just think it's funny they win the year after I leave, but
you're still here, buddy.
Yeah,
you're still here.
Still
and you
got
still
to
know a lot
witness
of the
it.
kids, and they're in victory formation now. So
one timeout remaining for Central, but most likely
Highly
not going
doubt
to be
they
used
take it.
here as we have 90 seconds remaining in this contest. And the last time Memorial won in 2014, and then you had Trinity in 2012 and 2013, but for the most part, as you look at this trophy downstairs, it has been mostly Central. So to finally get someone else to get their spot on the mantle is a nice thing, and obviously congratulations to Memorial, as with 1 minute and 5 seconds to go, they just got to do 2 more kneel downs, and they will be on to our own Thanksgiving. So, favorite dish for Thanksgiving, guys?
Whatever my wife makes.
Whatever. That's a good answer.
How's that? Because she's at home cooking away. So no, the regular, the usual stuff. But I'm an apple pie guy after. So,
apple pie,
give me
vanilla
that
ice
apple
cream.
pie.
Can't go wrong with that.
Mashed potatoes.
You're a mashed potato guy, Andrew?
Yeah.
Gravy.
That's always a good one.
My grandmother's mashed potatoes, just delicious.
I'm looking forward to football. And the celebration goes on. The ball goes way up in the air. And look at the Crusaders running out on the field in celebration. Just the second time since 1981 that this has happened. Coach Sturgis getting the Gatorade bath and everything. And
I'm sure he really appreciates that one.
Getting soaked when it's 2 degrees
freezing
out.
cold.
As tradition, the players will line up and shake hands. And, guys, congratulations to the Memorial Crusaders, but 15-0 win right here, and we got a safety in this game, and we can safely say it's been a fun time up here in the booth.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a good time, awesome. Nice and warm, and I enjoyed it. Enjoyed all the games we were able to do this year, and I appreciate you inviting me to do them, Kyle. And it was a way to keep me involved in football, and it was fun.
I got to give co-player of the game as well to the punt team.
Yeah.
They did a phenomenal job with both teams, but that'll do it for today. It's been a pleasure to be with you on this Thanksgiving Day. Everyone have a great day. For Executive Director Jason Cody, Operations Specialist Joe Lar, Operations Assistant Brendan McCormick, for Andrew Arndt and Coach Tom Bezoin, I'm Kyle Hebe. This has been a production of Manchester Public Television. Again, your final score here, a 15-0 win by the Memorial Crusaders. Thank you all very much for watching, and have a great day.